Hey everyone, so today I am back with a first impressions video. Today it is actually on a foundation. It is the Bourjois 123 Perfect foundation. It's got 3 correcting pigments and 0 imperfections. So you've got yellow pigments in there for anti-dark circles, you've got mauve pigments in there for anti-dull complexion, and you've got green pigments in there for anti-redness. There's a flawless complexion, even to perfection, up to 16 hours of wear. So I sent a Twitter message to the Bourjois Twitter account, just asking, obviously I've got oily skin, which product do you recommend? Now I had looked at this because this is the product that I was sort of steering towards, but I thought I'd just ask them and see what they said, and they did suggest this. So I've got this in the shade 52, and it comes with, it's like in glass packaging, which is really nice. I've got the shade 52 Vanilla. So you've got glass packaging, you've got a nice pump, what's it called, dispenser already attached, so you don't need to buy a pump. It's always nice to have a pump dispenser because you then control how much you get of the product. So I thought I would do a first impression of that foundation for you today. So my face, all I've done is I have moisturised it with my oil-free moisturiser by Neutrogena all over my face. I just applied my eye makeup, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a primer to my skin, but I'm only going to apply it to half of my face, just because I thought I would see it in, you know, how it would apply without the primer and how it would apply with the primer, to see if this is affected by the primer at all. So I'm just going to apply the primer on half of my face. And at the moment I've got quite a bit of redness on my skin and some blemishes, especially in this chin area here. I also got some of them sort of under the skin little bumps, which I don't know if they're called melia or something like something. And I don't really know what is causing it. It's not this foundation, obviously. But I don't know if it's this primer, so we'll see. I've applied the primer to half my face, and I'm now going to go in with the foundation. Now, my favourite foundation brushes at the moment are the flat kabuki brush from Sigma and also the round kabuki brush from Sigma. I think I'm going to go in with the round top today. So this is the only way that I'm applying it today. I'm not going to do half Beauty Blender, half, because I want to see what the difference is with the primer. So what I'm going to do is pump this product onto the back of my hand. You need to pump it a few times to get started. Okay, so just pumped it onto the back of my hand, and the colour doesn't look too bad. So I'm just going to go in with my kabuki brush. So this is the side that I've got primer on. And it kind of, it has this sort of foundation smell, if that makes sense. So I just kind of stippled it on and then blending it out. And I don't know if it's a bit, I don't know whether it's a bit dark for me. So it applied nicely on the primer side. Like, it applied really smooth. I feel like it's kind of blended out better on this side though. Like, I feel like it's kind of a bit caked up in certain places on this side. So that was one pump. It sort of did the cheeks in a light coverage. So I'll go in with another pump. Go with my forehead. I've got quite a bit of redness up in my scalp at the moment as well from psoriasis. So I'm just going to blend this up into my hairline. Sorry if you can hear like a background noise, my family are here today. So I kind of feel like I've got a bit of a heavier coverage on the primer side. So I don't know if it's sort of made it stick a bit better. I'm just going to take it down my neck because it is a little dark for my neck, but my body looks kind of like, where I've blended it down, it kind of looks about right. So they always say you should pair your foundation with your chest, so I'm just blending this down. I think this will be a good colour for when I'm a little bit tanned. Sorry if there's like different lights coming in and everything. So it kind of, it's kind of covered okay. I don't know if it looks a bit muddy at all. I don't know if it's a bit too yellow for me, but it might be good for when I am tanned. So I've just got quite a light layer on my skin, so I'm just going to go in a little bit more where I've got more pigmentation, so where I've got blemishes, where I feel like I need some extra coverage. So I don't really know how I feel about this foundation at the moment. It's kind of, I think it's just a bit of a weird colour. I don't know if it's my correct colour or not. So I'm just putting some concealer, my Studio Finish concealer, over some blemishes that still need a little bit of coverage. It has calmed down my pigmentation in my skin. It has got more of a sort of natural finish as well, so it's not really matte. It did blend out fairly nicely. It blended out better on the non-primer side, I feel. Again, yeah, I feel like it has sort of covered sort of average redness. So if you get redness in your cheeks or hormonal redness around your nose, it covers that, but I don't feel like it's covered my blemish redness completely, which is quite important at the moment because my skin is very bad. Sorry if you hear kids playing around as well. Yeah, so that is my face concealed and foundationed. So I'm just going to go in with a setting powder, and I'm just going to go in with a the rice powder by Bourjois, which is also a new product. So just like so. I'm just going to take that on a large powder brush, which is the F20. And I'm just setting where I've applied it, just sort of patting over where I put the concealer. I feel like my skin looks a bit sallow. Could just be me though. So I'm just going to go in with my sort of highlighting as usual. I've done the rest of my makeup. Now that I've put like the highlight and the bronzer and everything else on, it kind of all ties in. It doesn't look as yellow toned and as, I don't really know how to describe it. It's kind of sallow looking. So with the rest of the products on my face, it does look a lot better and I'm a lot happier with it. But yeah, it's blended in really nicely. All my products sit really nicely on it as well. It's a nice colour at the moment. But yeah, so the time is now 10 to 2. I'm rather late at filming this today. We are off to go to Luke's family, so I will probably be filming in a few hours time because I think we're now about to go. But yeah, so this is what I think of the product so far. I kind of think that when I first applied it I was a bit unsure of it, but now I kind of like it. It's more of a matte finish now, more of a matte natural, I guess. I will see you in a few hours time, and I will try my best not to put on my face so we can see if this product does make me oily, and we'll see the difference between the primed and the unprimed side as well. So I will see you all very soon. Everyone, so I am now back. It is just gone past 9 o'clock, so I think I've had it on for a good 7 hours. I'm really sorry that I couldn't do an in-between look at how the foundation was looking on my skin. But I've taken a photo, so I'll insert that here. It's not the best quality. I did take a photo sort of about, I think it was about 4 or 5 o'clock time, and looking at it, I've got a little bit of oiliness on my cheeks and down my nose. So looking at it now, it is looking oily. Now I haven't blotted my face or my skin at all, which has been really hard because, like I said, we've been out with our family on Luke's side. So yeah, you can see it's looking oily in this area, down my nose, on my cheeks and on my chin a bit. So I would obviously blot it. Now I wouldn't really say I'll get my mirror closer. I wouldn't really say there's a lot of difference between the prime side and the normal side. If anything, I'd just say that maybe the bronzer is just a little bit more intact on that side. It's still covering up all my blemishes and redness. I think the main issue is that it is just looking oily. But yeah, my skin is still covered, so my redness from spots and stuff are not coming through or showing. It's literally just the oiliness. So what I would do is just blot my face, powder it, and then I'd be good to go for the rest of the day. So my final thoughts on this product, because I'm getting, even though it's 9 o'clock, I'm getting really tired, so I'm going to have to go and wash my face. Overall, I wasn't 100% on this foundation to start with. I thought it went on really yellow toned and really sallow. I didn't know if I'd picked the right colour, but throughout the day it's sort of, I can tell it hasn't really oxidised, which is a good thing as well, and it stayed on my skin, which is a major thing because a lot of things sort of melt off throughout the day. So I do love the foundation now that I applied all the rest of my face and didn't just look at the foundation on its own. I did really enjoy it. Like I said, I'd love if it was a little bit more matte than this. Like I said, I wouldn't really say that the primer has done anything with this foundation to what it would be normally, so I wouldn't necessarily say you need to invest on a primer for this foundation. But yeah, I think just blotting it, putting on some face powder, and I think you'd be good for the rest of the day. Final thoughts, I do enjoy this foundation. I wouldn't say it's my favourite, but I'm going to continue to use it, see different techniques to use, say use with my beauty blender, use with like a proper foundation brush, if I've got one somewhere, like more this sort of style brush. Just see if it applies any better, if it looks nice on my skin, if it lasts a little bit longer without looking oily. So I hope you enjoyed this first impression video on the Bourjois 123 Perfect Foundation. Let's see how I get on with it. I'll keep using it and I will report back if my opinion changes. So thank you ever so much for watching, and I will talk to you all very soon.
It's because they're GPs and not juniors.
Right. Love you. Thanks, poophead.
What for?
Just being you.
I thought I'd ask.
Yeah, it's fine. It's still filming, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you too.